Today we're going to be swapping out our old PCV valve. I apologize for the noise in the background, but we are on a busy road. We're swapping it out with another genuine Subaru part. Got it from the parts store. Just go to your local dealership. Just tell them you need a PCV valve and they'll ask you for like what make and model. So I have a Subaru Forester 2018. There it is. Shake it, you can hear it. Nice and clean. It's attached to this tube right here. So we're gonna remove that. And also, while we're doing that, we're gonna go ahead and replace our engine intake filter. Because, I mean, we gotta take apart this whole assembly to do it anyway. So let's get to it. I like to put on gloves because everything's dirty in here. I did like airbrush it off, but this is all like mud because these Subarus have these crappy seals, or non-existent seals I should say, that go around the edge, so dirt and debris always just get in. Let's start by removing these little plastic cap things. Don't get too frustrated with them. They are very crappy. So there's one. Careful with the other. There we go. You can see all that does is direct airflow coming in through your filter. I've gone ahead and I've gotten a glove because everything in this tube is supposed to be clean. So what I'm going to do when I remove this assembly, I'm going to cover it with a glove so that way we don't get any dirt and debris and things inside the engine that we don't want. So this hose pops off. You gotta loosen it here. Just loosen it. And then I believe we're gonna have to pop this guy off too. Careful, these things are very easy to break. There we go. Just like that. It's come apart. Look at everything's dirty in here, so you gotta be careful. About contamination, so get that glove ready. You can see, gotten that glove right there covering so dust and stuff doesn't go in that inside the air. Little air would go normally there. That's your throttle body, so that opens and closes, dampers basically, so that air can come into the engine. So we're just covering that up so dirt and debris don't get there. Anyways, you can see the PCV valve. So here's the top of our engine. There's still a hose over there that connects this whole assembly, so we don't need to disconnect it. There's our vacuum hose, and if we just follow that guy down, follow him down, you can see right down there is where the PCV valve connects. So we're gonna have to disconnect it there, get a ratchet set in there. I'm gonna go ahead and put a glove over this part too. Normally there's not dirt getting in there, and the other end of this hose too. It could be a plastic bag, shove a paper towel in there or whatever. Just want to eliminate as much dust getting in there as possible. 19. So that'll just slide over. We'll be able to loosen it up. Now here's the fun part. Finagling in from the side. Let's go do that. So we're gonna pull that tube, this vacuum hose. Now you gotta be careful because this stuff can be dry and brittle. So just slowly work it, especially on an older car, 2018. You can see, follow that hose down. There's the PCV valve. Just a rubber hose, slides on over. So now, we gotta get our socket, slide it over, and we'll probably get like one of those swivel joints so we can access it and crack her loose. I may be able to reach it without a swivel, but we might not be. Oh, yeah, we can. Look at that, fits. So gently. Took a little bit of convincing, as you could see. There's our old guy. See, does it still rattle? It does. It's a little gunked up. You can't hear it clicking, but I feel it. So it's a good thing we're getting rid of that guy. Here's the new one. If I shake it, you can hear it rattle. You're supposed to put some thread locker, but you can see it's a tapered thread. And we'll torque it down. It's not really a thread locker, it's like a sealant, silicone, high temp glue you shmoo on there, but we'll just put it tight and we'll be nice. It'll work nice. Okay. Grab your socket. Now there's for sure a torque setting for this, but the torque setting I'm going to use is a couple ugga-duggas, you know? Good and snug. Doesn't have to be crazy. Just not going to go loose. All right. Since we're putting this back together, you might as well get yourself some throttle plate cleaner. CRC makes a good one, but I was at the Subaru store, so you might as well stick it in. A lot goes a little, or a little goes a lot, I should say. So, now, the throttle plate is controlled by a motor. So when you push it, when you clean it off, you have to be careful. You don't want to put too much on. Do it in a well-ventilated area. This stuff's pretty strong. Look at that. Look at all that schmoo. There we go. So that just slides on over. Just like that. As you can tell, that busy road. There we go. She's on nice and tight. You can put that stupid little plastic cap on. Use your screwdriver and tighten up this good and snug. Nice. Do this side. Okay. Now, take your Phillips. Don't lose these screws. This guy gets dirty too, even though it's protected. Now, you can use, make sure you're able to use this stuff on here. So use your mass airflow sensor cleaner. Let this guy dry. It does dry in seconds, as the can says, but let it dry first before you put it back in there. Don't get it dirty, don't drop in the dust. But sometimes there's this little element in there. You might not be able to see it very well. There's that little element in there. Don't touch that, but that gets gummed up with debris, dirt. And that can affect how the air and fuel mixtures go together inside your engine. Because you have a little computer that controls all that. So I'm just wafting it, letting it air dry. Trying to clean up any other debris that might be on it. Okay, we're good. Can go back in gently. Beautiful. Plug that connector back in. Now, you can see there's a little screw kind of holding it together. So you may be able to actually pull it out with it together, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen up that nut right there. That way we can move this whole assembly out and put it back in. There's another 10 mil down here. See if I can loosen it. Might be rusted completely. Yeah. So let's loosen this piece of the hose again. Pull this just so we can, there we go. Oh yeah, lots of crap in there. Look how dirty that one was. Oh, that schmoo. Yeah, butterfly parts. Yuck. Look at all that. Yeah, let's get that out. Shake that out off camera. Now, let's put her back where we found it. You can get off-brand filters if you want, but I like genuine Subaru parts. See how clean that guy is? Just pops in there. There we go. Now we'll just tighten it up with that 10 mil. There we go. Got their air hose connected. There we go. And you just pop these guys in. Same thing here. Just like that, you're good to go. So we've replaced the PCV valve, we've replaced the air filter, we've cleaned this sensor, and we've cleaned the back of the throttle plate. So let's fire her up and see how she starts. She's running fine. We don't got any codes, so there we go. Just like that, we've replaced the old PCV valve. Now you can look in the Subaru manual for how often you should replace it, but it's a super cheap part. I think it was like maybe less than $8, but it can wreak havoc if it goes bad. And I can tell this one's pretty gummed up. Probably could have cleaned it, but replacing it's cheap and easy. Also replacing your engine intake filter. Why pay somebody to do that? That is such an easy job. You can do it yourself. This part was, again, less than like $30 for the genuine parts. I mean, these can save you a ton of money, super easy project to do, and it can start get you into doing your own repairs. So hope you guys liked it. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.